All right, hello wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. Our good friends from Terlato Wines were in with some things from Michelle Chapoutier. I'll never forget the time Michelle stopped by Cafe Max 20 years ago when I was working there at the end of the night to give us our staff tasting on his wines at like 10 o'clock at night. What an animated guy this guy was, just getting off a plane, flying in from Europe, traveling for probably 15 or 20 hours, and he's got a little chalkboard exit down. He's drawing cell walls and showing us reverse osmosis, all this crazy stuff. Well, hey, these are wines you can find for under $15 a bottle, biodynamically farmed vineyards, and just incredible values to me. This 2010 vintage, phenomenal in the Southern Rhone, as was 2009. 2011, also very charming. We started out with the 2009 Côte de Rhône Belarus Blanc, and something a lot of people don't realize, they make great white wines in the Southern Rhone. Also, the majority of the blend here is Grenache Blanc, then a little Claret, and pear and white peach, quince fruit here also, notes of white flowers, slightly waxy texture to the tongue. This wine's got some good grip here, and fresh pear and quince fruit showing there, pretty white floral notes, and anise spice at the end. What a great value for $9. Wow, unbelievable. Or biodynamic, organically produced wine for under $10. Wow. Chateau de Sancerre up next. This is the 2011 vintage. They have all four soil types in this famous property, and that's one of the things they're known for. It's now owned by the Marinere Lapostolle family. Fairly pungent aroma, gooseberry, and some of that cat pee kind of quality you get out of wines from Sancerre. A bit of green grass here as well. Classic Sancerre on the tongue. A bit really forward and seductive, this 2011 vintage. Really fresh and bright, kind of clean. Leaves your tongue salivating for food. Nice slight briny note to this wine, salty note. Really good stuff at $28.50. The Michelle Chapoutier Belarus Rosé. This wine's a blend of Grenache, Syrah, and Cinsault. Bit of a peppery spice to the nose here for a rosé. Cranberry and strawberry fruit, rose petals. Really juicy fruit showing on the palate, but bone dry on the finish. Some of those pretty floral notes coming in at the end. Really good stuff at $13.50. Wow. The Belarus Côte de Rhône 2010 up next. This is a wine, like I said, the next day, it was amazing how good this little wine was still after being open all night, just with a little card on the glass. 80-20 Grenache and Syrah, that lovely fresh berry pie fruit that you get from Grenache Syrah blends, showing here some pretty floral notes, some sweet herbs as well. That garrigue quality you get out of the south of France shining through in the glass, and lovely freshness, lovely balance. This is not one of these big over-the-top styles, 13.5% alcohol, but like I said, even better on the second day. You can find a wine that's under $15. You can keep open for 2 or 3 days. Hey, we got the wine from the Côte de Roussillon here, this Billaud. 3 days later, this wine is fabulous. This is from the Côte de Roussillon property that Michelle Chapoutier has got. Also biodynamically farmed. I'm sorry, we didn't taste this one, excuse me, but we just happened to have it, so we figured we'd put it up here on display. The Lapostolle Canto up next from Opalta, and 75% of the fruit for this wine comes from the Opalta vineyard. This is the tenderloin of the Colchagua Valley. This is considered the best area. Casa Lapostolle's Close Opalta, 100% from this vineyard. I visited this winery, one of the most impressive facilities I've ever been in. This wine is a blend of 45% Carmenere, the old Bordeaux varietal that you no longer see in Bordeaux, but does very well in Chile, particularly in the Colchagua. 25% Merlot, 16% Cab, 14% Syrah. A lot of dark earth on the nose here. Black pepper spice. You get a little bit of that herbaceousness that you get from Carmenere, but really lovely balance in this wine. Not off-putting at all. Black cherry, boysenberry fruit. Good bit of earth and herbs, like I said before, to match dry soy, dark soy, and espresso notes. Really nice complexity in this wine. The second day, this wine also really showing nice and really good freshness in this wine for how big and how much fruit it's got, and some tannins in there. Really well built, and an excellent bottle of wine at $22.50. Wow, what a great value. Cannot beat what you get from Chile and Argentina if you like Bordeaux varietals for short money. Rutherford Hill Barrel Select Red. This is a new product for them and a little bit underwhelming for me. You know, Rutherford Hill, a big commercial winery that, you know, we heard the story about from the rep about how they're cutting the production in half to try to get the quality up, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, '08 was kind of a forward vintage anyway, so wines are somewhat evolved. This wine's a blend of 77% Merlot, 14% Cab, a little bit of Cabernet Franc, makes up the rest. Nice dark plum and cherry fruit, notes of milk chocolate, fine herbs, but again, just a little soft and, you know, a little bit short for me for the price tag. All right, that's what we had to drink with our friends from Terlato Family Vineyards. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.